Well, good evening, everyone. My name is Jak King, and I'm going to be giving a very short introduction to this evening's events. Before we begin, I want to acknowledge that we are on the unceded territories of the Coast Salish Nation, and we thank them for their indulgence. We also want to thank the Church of the Hollywood, which has made this space available to us tonight. It's very difficult to find space for public fora these days, and we sincerely thank them for their assistance. It's worth noting in passing that the Hollywood is one of these iconic heritage buildings that we need to keep safe in our city, but which are under constant threat. Now, welcome to our discussions tonight about how we can combat the extraordinary pressures being put on our neighbourhoods by the imposition of Vision Vancouver's centralising, top-down, we know best land use policies. As some of you will know, I live in Grandview by Commercial Drive. This should be a happy time for those of us concerned with the future of the neighbourhood, because we are in the middle of a new community plan process, something that we can sink our teeth into and make a difference. But this is not a happy time. We are a full 12 months into the process, and we have been allowed to do nothing but write tiny notes on little yellow sticky notes and hope that the planners listen. We have been told that there will be no working groups and no advisory groups, and certainly no community approval at the end. We are allowed to say our piece, but we can make no decisions. We're becoming used to this. We have already had the Mayor's Task Force on Housing Affordability and Transportation 2040 forced on us. In the case of the task force, which has led to the astonishingly damaging interim zoning policy, there was not a single consultation with residents of Grandview, not one. And yet, when these policies are passed by the Vision majority, Vision councillors are loud in their praise for how they've engaged with the community. Vision and their blogging allies have been really good at selling this idea of phony consultations. They spend the time to count the number of yellow stickies in each open house, and this becomes the number of people Vision claims to have been consulted. Just like in Grandview, we can say what we want, but we shouldn't expect it to make any difference in the end. This is not genuine consultation to find the best solution. This is public spectacle for public relations ends. It's clear that Vancouver's neighbourhoods need to work together to increase the volume and strength of our individual voices. We don't have the exactly similar specific issues, but we sure share overarching concerns about maintaining neighbourhood control. Now, I don't generally favour political parties at the local level. However, I'm also a pragmatist, and it's important to think ahead to the elections of 2014 and how best we can reverse the autocratic programs of the Visionistas. Therefore, I'm very glad that NSV is committed to running a slate for the 2014 elections that is determined to win. And much of this evening, which is a kind of launch for that campaign, will look at what that can mean. This is important stuff, and once again I want to thank you all for coming out this evening.